Hi everybody, welcome to this brief walkthrough of HTML. The first thing you're going to need to do is get set up here. I've set up my desktop with a few of my web tools, and then I also have a folder called demo files where I'm going to store all of the files that we'll need to work on this together. So to get those files, go ahead and open up Firefox or a similar browser and head to http://bit.ly/2012. This should lead you to my zip folder that I have saved for you. I'm going to save that, and once I unzip that, you can do this on your machine, I should have a 2012 folder with all of your assignment in it, as well as the HTML5 in brief document that I passed out during lecture. And most importantly, this blank.html file. I'm going to make sure that I grab a copy of this. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into my demo files. That way I have a neat, clean copy to get started with. So here's my demo files. I'm going to put this in here. Make a site called website and paste it in, and now I've got blank.html sitting in this folder. So it's really important when you begin a website that you have a blank, pristine folder for all of your files to sit in. As we talked about, this HTML file is going to sit relative to all of the other files that have to do with the website, including photos, your CSS files, anything else you want to put on there. So it's nice to have a pristine environment for that to sit in. So the next thing you're going to need, which we talked about, is Text Wrangler or Notepad++ if you're working on a PC. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this into Text Wrangler to open it up. And this is the very beginning of our assignment together. So I've got a blank HTML document here, and this is the very, very basics. I'm telling the browser what type of document this is. I'm saying the document type is HTML. Up here at the top we have the head of the document. This is really all of our metadata. I'm going to go ahead and stick a title in here. This will be the title that appears at the very top of the browser. So I'll title this HTML assignment, and I'm going to save it. Now, to view any of this in the browser, we do a slightly different thing. You can drag this and open it in Firefox. You can go to Firefox and select File Open and open it there, or you can just double click and it'll open it right up. Now this is completely blank. You'll notice that the title of this document is blank, but you will see that this HTML assignment, what I named it, is already sitting up here. So we have a sense that this thing is on. If you don't see it, make sure that you have saved your document. That's the #1 key to seeing changes in the browser, and that's the process we're going to do this entire time. Is we'll make a change, we'll save it, we'll hop over to the browser and refresh, and we'll see if that is there. Remember, everything that's visual goes down here in the body, and so what I'm going to do, and generally what I almost always do, is to prove to myself that these two things are communicating. I'll say, is this thing on? And I'll save it. I'll head back to my browser, and I will refresh by hitting Command or Control R, and there I see, is this thing on, appearing in my browser. So I'm pretty confident that my browser and my document are talking to each other. So let's get away for a minute from typing nonsense and let's go more toward your assignment. So I'm going to hop over again into my browser. I'm going to pretend that I'm working on an article similar to this. It's fairly simple. I have a title up top, a byline, a photo, and some paragraphs with some links. This is a little different than the mock-up that you'll be doing, but this should give you a sense of how to work with it. So here, let's start up top with knee replacement may be a lifesaver for some. You want to really work on describing these things, right? And you want to look for the type of description that's going to best match. And you can't just type whatever comes to your brain. Like, I can't type headline. I can't make up tags in HTML. That's not going to work. I have to choose from the existing set of tags. So if you want a refresher on these, which I'm sure you will need, you can go ahead and look at that 2012 folder again. And here's the HTML5 in brief document. This is a great reference for you just to look at from time to time and make sure that you are choosing appropriate tags. So you want to read through this and see, are these tags the ones that I am looking for? So I'm looking for something here that has something to do with a headline. So title might seem like a good option, but remember that that displays at the top of the browser window. We've seen that at work already when I titled it HTML assignment. I'm going to keep going down, searching here, header maybe? This doesn't look like it. It's got navigation, banners, logos. This is more of the complete section of what appears on top. What else could do? Aha! So I've got H1 here, which is a heading, and they go for an order from H1 to H6. I would say, looking at this, that this is a pretty important heading in our document. In fact, I would say it's probably the most. I'm going to choose H1 for this. Head back into my browser, and I'm going to open and close the HTML tag. So that's an open caret and a close caret around H1, and the difference with the closing tag, of course, is this slash mark. Now, whatever you want to put inside these tags is actually your content, right? So I'm going to say, knee replacements are good. Good, okay. And I'm going to hit save. I'm going to come over here and check it. Looks like that is working. All right, what's up next? We have a byline. So there's no real appropriate tag for byline. If I go and I look in the document, there's no byline tag. There's nothing specific to this because, frankly, journalism is just a very small part of what happens on the web, so there's not going to be a tag for every single one of our situations. So I'm going to go with just a paragraph tag. I'll open and close that. Open, close, come back over here, refresh. There's my byline. Very good. All right, next up, how about an image? Now the image tag is a little different, right? It's one of those ones that doesn't have an open and close tag. It's just IMG. So if I type IMG here and I hit save, nothing's going to happen because I haven't told it exactly what image I would like to use. So I'm going to use a Creative Commons image from Lorem Pixel. It's just an image generator. I can choose 640 by, this looks fine to me. I'll hit color image. Yes, I want the surfer guy. That sounds good. Or actually, I'm going to go with the draft. So if I right click on this and choose copy image location, it'll give me the exact location of that image, and really any stand-in image that I could use. So I'll head back over into my document here, and with images we put a source for the image, and so that's src equals and some quotation marks, and that inside is where I'm going to paste that URL, which is long, so it's kind of scrolling way over here. There we go. At this point I'm going to turn on soft wrapped so I can see everything, but if I hit save here and come back to the HTML and refresh, you'll see that my image is there. Now under Creative Commons I have to say where this came from, right? So I'm going to come back over here and I'll insert another p tag. There's really not an appropriate tag for a credit either. There's a caption one, but that's a little different because I'm not describing what's in the photo, I'm describing where the photo came from. So here I'll say photo from Lorem Pixel. So if I come over here and refresh, I've got the image with the photo from Lorem Pixel. That's fine and good, but really I want to credit them fully, and I'm going to add a link here so that people can get to Lorem Pixel. So I'm going to copy the website for this, so I've got that ready to go, and then back in my text wrangler I'm going to add a link around these words so that I can link people to the website. Now, this is a little bit tricky. It starts with an A tag. And you'll see now I've got a tag within a tag. So I've got A sitting inside P. That's totally fine. You can nest tags within tags. If you pay close attention, you'll notice that all of these tags are sitting within the body tag. The body tag is within the HTML tag. On and on we go. As long as you're nesting in the correct order, it should be fine. So I'm opening and closing with the A tag, but just like with the image tag, I have to say where I want this link to go. Saying link is not enough. I have to say link to where. So let's look for that over in our document just to keep you along with us. We've added an image with a source, and here the A, or the anchor tag, gets an href attribute. So I'm going to say space href equals, in some quotes, and in here is where I put, my pasted website. It really needs this http:// for it to work, so don't forget that part. I'm going to hit save. I'll come back over here. I'll refresh, and you'll see that that is now a link, and if I click on it, it will take me to Lorem Pixel. Looking good. We've already added some paragraphs, but just so let's add a couple more. I'm going to set up my prep here by just saying, okay, I'm going to add a few paragraphs. I'm going to give myself the setup. Let's paste a few in. And a good source if you're just working on dummy text or you're doing a layout where you don't actually have text yet to use is Lorem Ipsum. This is just that dummy text that you can use. I'll generate some here so I can grab some paragraphs. So I'm just going to grab a paragraph, come back here, paste it in my paragraph tags. I'll grab another one, copy, come over here and paste, grab another one, come over here and paste it. I'll grab one more, so we have 4. And I'll come over here and paste that here in between. So I'm going to hit save, come over here, refresh my tab, and now you can see I've got 4 long paragraphs. And you might be saying, okay, I don't want 4 long paragraphs. I want it to look kind of tighter in and more like a web page. That we will do with CSS styling, so not quite yet, but for now this is just the beginning of HTML. So for the assignment, what you should be doing is looking at this mock-up, and this is all detailed in the assignment page, but here's the mock-up on its own, and you'll see that it's similar to what we've just been doing. You're going to have a heading, a lesser heading, an even lesser heading, you have a paragraph up here, paragraph here, and you have an unordered list, you have a link here, and an image. So to get the most out of this, I really would start from scratch. I would grab that blank HTML document and go over it, open it up for the first time again, and hit save, and go forward from there. And don't forget that your procedure here should be make a change, save, transfer to your browser, refresh, and look for that change. If you don't see what you're looking for, stop right there, go back to your text editor, and really look and try to figure out where you went wrong. At this stage, it's usually a typo, something as simple as not closing a tag properly, something like putting the / after the P instead of before if you're closing the tag. So just be really attentive and try to suss out those errors as they happen, as opposed to doing a lot of typing and then looking for the errors. Then you're going to be in trouble. So good luck with it. It shouldn't take you too long, no more than an hour. And don't forget to use the resources in that folder.